Hello students, how are you? We are back with our invitations and replies for class 12 CBSE, and we have to rigorously do our revision, and without wasting much time, now let's get started. Okay, in the previous recording, that is part 1, I told you that this topic is going to come in two parts, part 1 and part 2. Okay, part 1 I have done with you, and the video has already been uploaded also. So in that we did the formal printed invitation. Okay, I'm not going to waste time much on formal printed invitation. It is just, you can say, cards. We have to write in form of cards, third person pronoun. And after having done this topic in details, now we are switching over to formal unprinted invitation. Okay, so what are we doing today? Today we are doing formal unprinted invitation. Okay, we are doing formal unprinted invitation. Formal unprinted invitation, as I told you, is in form of a letter format, and moreover formal letter format. It is in form of formal letter format. Okay, what does it mean? You see, whenever there is some function in the school, some match in the school, somebody is being invited as the chief guest, somebody is being invited as the guest of honor, somebody has been invited to speak on a particular topic, or somebody has been invited to, conduct a seminar or something. At that point of time, you send an invitation to that person individually. Okay, and then it is written in form of a letter. So whenever we are inviting, it goes from one post to another post. It does not go individually. It is an official invitation. So the invitation goes officially only. So when you talk about this formal letter format, or you can say official letter format, both are correct. Okay, both are correct. And whenever you are doing official letter format, remember, it goes from one office to another office. One thing. Second, one post is inviting another post. So it is from one office to another office. It is from post to post. Okay, it is from post to post. That is why it is done in an official letter format. So whenever we are inviting somebody for the chief guest, okay, as the chief guest, okay, now I'm inviting somebody as the chief guest for the annual sports day of the school. So keep it in mind. First, the chief guest is invited. One thing, the chief guest gives the consent. After that, the formal printed invitation is printed. Okay, because after the consent of the chief guest only, we are going to send the invitation cards for the printing. Otherwise, it's no point. You just send the cards for the printing. You tell so and so person is coming as the chief guest, and then later that person refuses. Then what is the point? There's no point at all. Okay, it does not make sense. Though we have done formal printed invitation in the first place, but as per the order, first this is done. After the consent from the chief guest, the cards go for printing. That is altogether off the records. Let us talk about this. Now, whenever you are doing a formal printed invitation, then what do you do? How do you write everything? That I will tell you. Okay? That I will tell you. It has to go in a letter format. It has to go in a letter format. Whenever you are doing a letter format, be very careful. Everything should be on the right hand side. You have to fold a page. You have to create an impression of a margin. You don't have to draw a margin. You have to create an impression of the margin for writing the letter. First of all, from the left hand side, we will start. We will write self-address. Generally, it is called sender's address, but I'm more comfortable with this word, self-address. Then you leave a line. Well aligned to this, you are going to write the date. After this, you are going to write the address of the addressee. After that, After writing the address of the addressee, you again leave a line and you write subject. Fine. And obviously the subject is an invitation. So whatever is the subject, you write that subject. After that comes the salutation. Dear sir, dear madam, whatever. After salutation, you write the body of the invitation. Body of the invitation, inviting somebody as the chief guest or the guest of honor. Once you are finished with the body of the invitation, then you are going to write thank you. Okay, no commas anywhere. And yours, capital Y, yours faithfully or truly. Yours faithfully or truly. After that, name of the person who is inviting only if it is given in the question. Why? Because post will always be there. Post is always going to be there, and whenever we are writing official invitations or official letters, the post is more important than the name. Okay? And whenever we are writing the post, we always write the plus post. Don't write plus, I'm telling you. Before the post, it's very important to write a definite article because the post serves as a proper noun. Now, this is the general layout that I told you when you're inviting somebody. One more thing that you have to keep in mind, whenever you are inviting anybody, first of all, you have to keep these points in mind, points to remember. Points to remember. First of all, you give the general introduction, why you are writing a letter. Okay? General introduction. Don't give your introduction. Don't give the introduction of your school. Just why you are calling. Okay? And then purpose. Then you propose a date. If you're inviting somebody as the chief guest, you do not give a date. You do not mention a date. You propose a date. Propose a date, prastavit tithi. Means he's a very important dignitary. He is a busy man. Maybe he is not, you can say, free on that particular day. So you just propose a date. If convenient to him, he will give his consent or he will refuse. And there is a probability he'll suggest you some other date. Okay. So here it is. You are going to propose a date. And in the end, you are going to ask for the confirmation, whether he is ready to come or not. Just work on these 4 points and your answer is always going to be correct. The language should be very simple. Very simple. No flowery language. Very simple language. Just to the point. Do not write unnecessary things. No flowery language. Okay, don't write flowery language at all. Just you have to complete this in 4 sentences. 4 to 5 sentences and then just get over with it. Don't beat around the bush unnecessarily. Fine. Now let us have a look at the, so we are doing this one today. Okay. Formal letter format. It is done in first and second person because it's a direct addressal and it is written for the chief guest. When you're inviting somebody as the chief guest, when you invite somebody as a guest of honor, when you invite somebody to give a lecture. Okay. Now these ones we have done already. So let me move further. Okay. And come to the required slide here. Fine. This is the format that I have done for you people. Whenever we are doing self-address, there are few things you have to keep in mind. In self-address, you are only going to write the postal address. Okay? You are only going to write the postal address. You are not going to write the name or the post because name and post is going to come here. Okay? Name, no post. You just have to write the, so what I was telling you, that when you write the self-address, you are only going to write the postal address. You are not going to write anything else. You don't have to write the name. You don't have to write the post. Why you don't have to write the name and the post? You don't have to write the name and the post because name and post, they are going to come here. Fine. So no need to repeat the whole thing. After that, you're going to leave one line wherever there is a cross. Okay. This cross means to leave a line. You have to leave a line. Then you're going to write the date. As I told you, I think when we were doing notices, at that time also I told you, you have to write the date in a formal format. What is a formal format? Formal format, you have to write like 7th July 2026 or July 07 2026. You are not going to write this way. This is not the way to write. Okay. So date is going to go in a formal format. Just write in a formal format. Keep this thing in mind. Now, when we come to the address of the addressee, it has to be done either in 3 lines or in 4 lines. Most of the students, I'm surprised when I talk to my students. What I generally feel is that my students write the complete address of the addressee in 1 line. They just don't know how to write the address. I'll tell you the wrong way that they are doing, the wrong one. Generally, they write the principal, continued, Delhi Public School. The line gets over, so they have no choice. That's why they write here, New Delhi. This is how they are writing. They write in continuation. They do not know what is the right way of writing the address of the addressee also. The right way of writing the address is you have to put it in 4 lines. Okay. How you have to put in 4 lines? I will tell you. If there is a post, then it will be 3 lines. If there is a name, then it's going to be 4 lines. Okay. For the name, honorable, and you are going to write the name. Line 1. Fine. Line 2, you will write the post of the person. Who is he? Okay. This is line 2. Line 3, you will write his office. No postal address. You will write his official address. Okay. This is called his office, or you call it official address. Fine. Here. And then 4th line, you have to write his city. This is what you have to do. Just 4 lines. If name is not there, then 3 lines. So your address of the addressee is going to be in 3 to 4 lines. Keep this thing in mind. Okay. After writing the address of the addressee, we write the subject. Subject is always, we know, what is this question all about? This question is all about invitation. When this question is all about invitation, so we have to start with the word invite or invitation. If we are starting the subject with the word invite, then we have to write to invite. And if it is invitation, invitation to be. Either of the two you are going to write. I'll write both the options here. To invite, whatever, okay, or invitation to be. Invitation to be, and you're going to write this. So your subject goes this way, SUB dot invitation to be the chief guest or whatever it is. Please do not write the entire letter in the subject. That is what most of the students are doing. Invitation to be the chief guest for the annual sports day of the school. The whole thing they are writing. You don't have to write the whole thing. Just 3-4 words. And you have to finish it in 1 line only. Do not switch over to the 2nd line. After you have done this, then we give the salutation. Either dear sir or dear ma'am. Okay, it's up to you. You can put a slash, and you can put both the things also, because if you are not sure, if the name is there, then you know whether you're writing to sir or you're writing to ma'am. But if the name is not there and you're not sure whether the person holding this position is a male or a female, then you can write sir oblique madam. Both are correct. Okay, nobody is going to deduct mark for that. Now, body of the invitation. When we talk about the body of the invitation, I told you, you have to keep 4 things in mind. First of all, you have to give a general introduction, then purpose of writing, why you are writing, then you will propose a date, and after proposing a date, you're going to ask for the confirmation. Okay, now point 1, 2, and 3. First is intro. Second is purpose. Third is proposed date. Prastavit tithi. Okay, they'll come in the first paragraph. Second paragraph is your 4th point, the closing line when you ask for the confirmation. It is just like any letter. After that, thank you. Earlier we were writing thanking you. Now thanking you has become obsolete. We don't write ing. We simple write thank you. Okay, and in thank you, keep in mind, T is always in uppercase, capital, and Y is always in a lower case. Fine? You do not write Y in capitals. Okay, now this is a major mistake. Sometimes some students write this way, yours. There is an apostrophe between R and S. Then most of you are writing this way also, apostrophe after S. Both are wrong. There is no apostrophe, it is without apostrophe. Then faithfully or truly. Name, if it is given, then you will write your name, one who's writing the letter, and the post is always going to be there. Why? Because it is written from one post to another post. It goes from post to post. So post is always going to be there. Just keep this thing in mind. One more thing I just want to tell you, that when we are doing this, you have to keep a few things in mind. Something very interesting I'll ask you. I don't know how many of you already know about it. When to write sincerely, when to write faithfully or truly. Okay, there are 2 or 3 different situations when you have to decide when to write sincerely and when to write faithfully or truly. This is case 1 and this is case 2. Okay, now I don't know whether you know it or not. Just try to think. And when I ask my students about it, they have so many different answers, but there is one thing common about all the answers. Okay, I ask my students when to write sincerely and when to write truly or faithfully. Most of the students say, मैम फील जिस चीज की आती है ना लिखते वक्त, उस वक्त हम वो लिख देते हैं. कई बार हम प्रिंसिपल को लिख रहे हैं तो फील बहुत अच्छी आ रही है तो हम फेथफुली लिख देते हैं. एडिटर को लिखते हैं तो सिंसियरली लिखते हैं. पेरेंट्स को लिखते हैं तो ऐसे लिखते हैं. टीचर्स को लिखते हैं तो ट्रूली डालते हैं. फ्रेंड्स को लिखते हैं तो ट्रूली डालते हैं. उनके सारे रिप्लाईज ना बड़े वियर्ड और इंटरेस्टिंग भी होते हैं. But most of the interesting replies that I get is like from my students of the science bracket, when they say, मैम हमको जिस चीज की फील आती है ना उस वक्त हम वो वर्ड डिसाइड कर लेते हैं क्या लिखना है. फील से कुछ नहीं होता. ठीक है, हमें लॉजिक लगानी है कि किस लॉजिक पे हमने ये डिसाइड करना है. वन थिंग इज वेरी कॉमन, आप लोग जो भी मेरा वीडियो देख रहे होगे वो इस चीज पे अग्री करोगे कि हाँ ये बात तो मैम ने सही बोली है. जब एडिटर को लिखते हैं तो ये केस लिखते हैं, जब टीचर को लिखते हैं तो ऐसे लिखते हैं, जब प्रिंसिपल को लिखते हैं तो ऐसे लिखते हैं. यही सोच रहे हो आप लोग, यही आपके दिमाग में चल रहा है कि किसको लिख रहे हैं वो मैटर करता है और उसी बेसिस पे डिसाइड होता है कि whether we have to write sincerely, faithfully, truly. Okay, you all are wrong. Absolutely wrong. 0 out of 10. Why are you wrong? हमारी सोच ही गलत है, हमारा नजरिया गलत है, हमारा पर्सपेक्टिव गलत है. ये डिसाइड करने में कि क्या लिखना है डिपेंड करता है कि सामने वाला कौन है. सिचुएशन इज रिवर्स. ये बल्कि उल्टा है. इट इज रिवर्स. आप कौन हो लिखते वक्त, that is going to decide whether you have to write sincerely, faithfully or truly. Okay, you who you are, हमने तो कभी लिखते वक्त ऐसा सोचा ही नहीं है, मैं कौन हूं लिखते वक्त, मैं ये हूं इसलिए मैं सिंसियरली लिखूंगा, मैं ये हूं दैट्स व्हाई आई विल राइट फेथफुली. हमने कभी ऐसा नहीं सोचा. प्रिंसिपल को लिख रहे हैं फेथफुली डाल देते हैं, एडिटर को लिख रहे हैं ट्रूली डाल देते हैं. ओके, पुलिस ऑफिसर को लिख रहे हैं सिंसियरली डाल देते हैं. ठीक है, फादर को लिख रहे हैं सिंसियरली डाल देते हैं. सो वी आर सिंसियर टुवर्ड्स आवर पेरेंट्स, वी आर ट्रू टुवर्ड्स आवर फ्रेंड्स. सो ऐसे सोच के हम लिखते हैं. हम कभी ऐसा ये नहीं सोचते कि मैं कौन हूं, हु एम आई. दिस इज द वे टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड दैट इज वेयर यू ऑल आर मेकिंग मिस्टेक्स. और आप लोग रैंडमली करते हो, रैंडमली करते करते समटाइम्स यू गो राइट and sometimes you go wrong. And ironically it is a very sad thing to say, if I'm very, I'm very, you can say, sure about it. If I ask the teachers also, most of the teachers do not have an answer to this. They simply say editor को ऐसे लिखा जाता है, पुलिस ऑफिसर को ऐसे लिखा जाता है, स्कूल के प्रिंसिपल को ऐसे लिखा जाता है. My dear, you are giving examples, you're not giving me the reason. I'm not asking for examples. I'm asking for reason. What is the reason to write? The reason lies here. The reason is you have to decide who you are. And on that basis, you will write either of the two. Okay. Now, what is that? Look, when you're writing, either you're holding some post or you're just writing as an individual. You have no post at all. So when you are holding some post, when you have a post, you have a department, maybe you yourself is the principal, maybe you are the president of the students council, maybe you are the secretary of the cultural forum of the school, maybe you are the vice president of the country. Okay, who you are, in all these cases that I mentioned, there is a post. When there is a post, or the person who is writing a letter, be it invitation or any letter, in the end, if he is writing his post, then you have to write faithfully or truly. Remember this thing, okay? Faithfully or truly. That's why I have written here specifically faithfully or truly. Now, when you do not have any post and still you decide to write a letter, you have no post, you are a normal citizen, you are a normal student of the school and you have some issue in the school and you decide to write a letter to the principal as a student. Student कोई post नहीं होती है, okay? वो एक individual होता है. आपने को कोई problem है, आप letter to the editor को लिख रहे हो और नीचे लिखते हो concerned citizen. आप एक चिंतित नागरिक हो, ठीक है? कोई post नहीं है, आप individual हो. उस केस में when there is no post, then you write sincerely. That is why I tell you, when we ask the teachers about it, I had gone to Sri Ganganagar to one of the most prominent schools for a motivational session and teachers training program. I conducted a training program of almost 20 teachers of that school and asked them this question. None of them could answer me. None of them, and they kept on giving me the examples. मैम सिंसियरली तो लिखा जाता है, एडिटर को नो. वेरी ट्रू, एडिटर को लिखा जाता है, बट व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग, यू आर जस्ट राइटिंग एज अ कंसर्न्ड सिटीजन. यू आर राइटिंग एज अ कंसर्न्ड सिटीजन, एंड व्हेन यू आर अ कंसर्न्ड सिटीजन, you are not holding any office. You are not, maybe you must be working somewhere, no doubt, but while writing the letter to the editor, or while mentioning your problem, you are mentioning not on behalf of your office, you are not mentioning on behalf of your post, you are mentioning only as an individual. That is why you will use sincerely. Got it? When there is a post, again, post, we write truly or faithfully. When there is no post, you write sincerely. Is that clear? When there is no post. I'll give you one common example. Okay? Hypothetical example I'll give you. You are a student of class 12. Okay? You're a student of class 12, a very sincere student, and you're taking your board exams very seriously, and you prefer going and sitting in the library of your school every day. Okay, but you know, there is one problem there. There's a lot of mismanagement in the library. The librarian is very garrulous. She talks too much. She's all the time jabbering with other staff members who are sitting idle. And the books are also not in order. The reference books are always out of stock because they have been taken by the teachers. So the students are left with no study material. So you're so bugged up, you're so pissed off with everything. And one day you get exasperated completely and you decide to write a letter to the principal. I will write a letter of complaint to the principal. So you are a student of class 12, Mukul Gupta. Let's imagine you are Mukul Gupta. Okay, I don't know how this name has come to me. So you decide to write a letter. Dear sir, obviously you write all these things, okay? And then you write, dear sir, with high regard, I want to bring to your notice the mismanagement and inefficiency of the library and the misbehavior of the librarian. And one after the other, you tell your grievances, you give your grievances, blah, 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 blah. And in the end, you make a request. I finally request you to look into the matter, okay? And you do the closing. The closing you have done, thank you. You are just Mukul Gupta. You are not holding any post in the school. So you will write, thank you, yours sincerely, no post, Mukul Gupta, class 12. Letter goes, you see, the person to whom we have written is the principal. Fine. The content, I've already discussed with you. Only the person here has no post. So he decides to write sincerely. Same situation, same school, same problem, same grievance. But now this Mukul does not have the guts to write the letter to the principal. So he goes to the president of the Students' Council, one of his best friends. Okay, he goes to Ramesh Gupta and he says, Ramesh, there is a problem and this is going on in the school. What should we do? We have to take it seriously. Otherwise, we are going to spoil our boards. Then what does Ramesh say? Okay, then I'll write a letter to the principal. Now Ramesh has a post. Okay, Ramesh has a post. He is the president of the Students' Council. He writes the same letter, same content, same language, blah, 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 blah. Everything starts with dear sir and everything is same. And in the end, he also writes everything as the same. Please look into the matter to resolve this problem. No change. Is there any change to whom we are writing? Same in both the cases. Content, same in both the cases. But here the person has a post. Ramesh has a post. Now the change will come here. Instead of writing sincerely, Ramesh is going to write faithfully or truly without E. Okay. Generally the spelling of true is TWE. But when you write truly, you remove E and you write TRULY. Okay, that is why I always say, whenever I say truly without E. Always remember this. Okay, now here, this same letter, but the post is there. Okay, so we write here faithfully and truly. So you know this is a very major thing. I wanted everyone, I want the entire country to know about this. I want to know all the students of CBSE to know about this, that when to write these two things. We are making such blunders. We are making blunders in the name of letter writing. Don't make these blunders. So this is clear to you. Letter to the, when we write formal letter, format for unprinted formal invitation. Clear? Do you want me to do one example with you? Do you want one example? Let me do one example with you. Okay? I need a blank page and let's get there. Okay. Fine. I'll do, because obviously this is from one post to another post. Let us start inviting somebody as the chief guest. Okay. So self-address, Delhi Public School. R.K. Puram, New Delhi. Postal address. Postal address. Okay. After that, we will leave a line. In exams, you are not going to draw the crosses. I am doing the crosses here. Okay. Then you are going to write the date, 7th August 2025. Don't pay attention to the date. Okay. After the date, you are again going to leave one line without the crosses. Crosses are just for me. Okay. And then you write the address of the addressee. We are inviting somebody as the chief guest. Okay. So we can write the name, Honorable Shri R.K. Narayan, HOD, History Department, now there's this silliness that I have done. Now if we are talking about some university or the college, then I think instead of Shri, I should write Professor or Doctor. Fine. Honorable Professor R.K. Narayan, HOD, History Department, Delhi University, Delhi. Fine. This is done. Now let us come to the subject part. When you're writing the subject, you do not have to leave any line. Okay. Invitation to be the chief guest. Then body. Before that, salutation. Dear sir. Most of the students tell me that, ma'am, you should write respected sir. No, because you see the person who is inviting and the person who is invited are considered to be of the same cadre. So you don't have to do that. Okay. We are glad to inform you. General introduction. We are glad to inform you that the school is celebrating school is celebrating its golden jubilee. Golden jubilee year. Fine. We would be highly honored if you kindly consent to be the chief guest for the occasion. Fine. Now we will propose a date. The proposed date is 25th October 2025. Okay. Then you will leave a line. You are going to leave a line and then kindly confirm the date and the acceptability. Kindly confirm the date and the acceptability. That's it. Now you see I've run out of space. So let us put it here. Let us continue. This is, suppose we make it page 2. Okay. After writing this, on the left hand side only, this part only, you are going to write thank you yours truly, sincerely, or faithfully. It is going to be either faithfully or truly because there is a post. He is not writing as an individual. Yours faithfully, the principal. That's it. Is that clear? This is done. What you have done here, you have done point 1, 2, and 3 is done here. Closure is done here. Fine. So I hope it's clear with you. And let us move further quickly to do the last part of the invitation. Now you see, we are on the replies. Wait. Here. Now we have done, how many we have done? I'll just do the brief with you. When we talk of invitations, invitations are of two types, printed and unprinted. Printed is formal and informal. Both we have done. We have done this. Fine. Now we have to do unprinted invitation. Unprinted invitation is for friends and relatives. You just write a friendly letter. I'm not going to waste much time on this because it's going to be a friendly letter which rarely comes in exams, okay? And if luck will favor you, it will come, okay? Now it is done when you write to friends, inviting for a birthday party. Maybe you have got selected in the NDA. Before that, you want to, before leaving for your training session, you want to spend some quality time with your friends and you invite them over for a small get together. Okay, so you just write the self address. You will leave a line. Then you will write the date, dear friend, or the name. Both are correct. Okay, if you don't want to mention the name, you can simply write dear friend and get along with that. Fine. Letter to the body to the invitation, very informal language. Whatever you want to write within the limits of decency, very informal language you are going to write. And in the end, you will either write yours affectionately if you're writing to your uncles and your parents. Okay. If you're writing to your friends, you can write this. If you're writing to your grandparents, then you can write this in high regards and you will give the name. That's it. Okay. So we are done with invitations. I hope you have enjoyed my session and you have understood something. Okay, very soon I'll be sharing the practice sessions also. Have a nice day. Enjoy yourself. And we'll soon be coming back in another 10 minutes. The third video is going to come with the replies. Take care. Yes. Now let us come to the replies. After having done the invitation, obviously it's quite understood that when somebody gives an invitation, we have to give a reply. That's the courtesy that we have to abide by. Okay. Now when we are doing replies, it is always replies to invitations. Okay. Replies to the invitations. We had two types of invitations, formal and informal. Same way the replies will also take the same format. Formal invitations and reply to formal invitations and reply to informal invitations. Now here it's divided into two. This is reply to printed invitation. Okay. And then formal invitation has got the second part, reply to formal unprinted invitation. Okay. Formal unprinted invitation. This is the right thing that is there. And then you have to keep in mind, now this is this will come as unprinted here. Fine. So some typo error is there, please ignore. So reply to informal invitation is always unprinted. What are the common pointers that you have to keep in mind whenever you're writing the reply to an invitation, whether it is formal printed reply or formal unprinted reply or informal unprinted reply? In all the cases, these 4 points have to be same. Only the language, the presentation changes. What you have to do, first of all, you have to thank for the invitation. Then you have to convey your best wishes for that particular function, event, or ceremony, whatever it is. After that, obviously, either you say yes or you will say no. Means either you accept the invitation and give your further program, or you refuse. And don't say refuse. The best way, either you decline the invitation or you give your inability. Though you want to come, though you would love to come, but you are unable to come for some reason or the other. In all these cases, when you are refusing, you're declining, or you are showing your inability, you have to first of all apologize. आप माफी मांगेंगे उसके लिए, ठीक है? And then you will give a and then you are going to give a reason also, that why you are not coming. Fine. So let us start. And in all these 4 cases, when you're writing these 4 points, you have to keep in mind your language should be very polite. Language has to be polite. Okay. You keep this thing in mind. Language should always be very polite. Let us start with replies to printed formal invitation. Okay. When we do replies to printed formal invitation, I want to tell you first, reply to printed formal invitation is a reply to the cards. Some cards come to you. We did that only. Okay. Printed invitation is in form of cards. Okay. And when we did the cards, remember I told you, we do not have to write it. I told you that whenever we did the cards, I told you that these cards are done in 3rd person pronoun. Always they are done in 3rd person pronoun. So obviously the reply will also go in 3rd person pronoun. Now the question arises, how are you going to write? How are you going to present this reply? When you write a letter to the chief guest, okay, inviting a chief guest, it is in a letter format. It comes back to you in form of letter format only, the reply. When you're writing to your friends or your uncles for some kind of a family function, in that informal invitation, the reply comes in form of a informal reply only, informal letter. But this was in form of a card. If you remember, the invitation was in form of a card. Then how is the reply going to come? That is the main question. You can't print a card, just one card, and send it across. That is not possible. Here, when you have to give a reply to a card, whenever you have to give a reply to a card, remember, it should always be a note of thanks. A small note of thanks should be there. Earlier in olden days, if you remember, probably you don't remember, ask your parents about it, they'll tell you. Earlier in olden days, a postcard used to come. Whenever some invitations were sent, and in response to that, the postcards used to come. So this is what it is, a note of thanks, and is in form of a postcard. Okay, these days postcards are not there anyway. These days things have changed so much. Everybody has gone digital, but CBSE still wants this from us. Let's give them. Okay, now here we are doing note of thanks. Just write it's missed out here, a note of thanks. Okay, obviously, as I told you, what all things you have to keep in mind. You have to first of all thank, then you have to give the best wishes, then you have to give either you accept the invitation or you refuse the invitation. Either you accept, if you're accepting, you're going to tell your further program. Okay, whatever is your further schedule, you're going to tell that. Okay, your further program. If you are declining, if you're showing your inability, then what are you going to do? 2 things you are going to do. You will say sorry, you will apologize, okay, and you will give a reason. This will go in all the answers. So let us do when we are replying to somebody's invitation card. Okay, remember it has to be in 3rd person pronoun. The whole answer, you will find there is only 3rd person pronoun. There is no 1st person pronoun. And there is no 2nd person pronoun either. Both are not there in this. The person who is giving a reply, first of all, is going to thank. So you're going to write here, Mrs. and Mr. name and address. You have to write name and address. Okay, how you're going to write? Suppose Mrs. and Mr. R.K. Gupta. Mrs. and 1 minute, give me a second. Now, Mrs. and Mr. R.K. Gupta of 161A Civil Lines, Jaipur. Thank. What are they doing? They are thanking. And they are thanking whom? Those who have invited them. Thank Mrs. and Mr. Obviously, they are thanking to the host. Mr. K.L. Sharma of 11A Raja Park, Jaipur. For inviting them on or for जो भी कुछ event है, okay, on the wedding of their son. Example, wedding of their son. Fine. Now, they have not written that your son, they have written their son. Why? Because here Mrs. and Mr. is a noun and the noun serves as a third person pronoun. That is why there is going to come here. They convey their best wishes. Okay? They for them. Okay? They convey their best wishes for the same. At the same time, they, third person pronoun, apologize. Fine? For their inability to attend the function due to. And here you are going to put a reason. And the reason should also be in third person pronoun. Due to the illness of their mother. Of their mother. Fine. Now, when you finish it, when you close it, in letters, everything is on the left hand side. Here, the name is on the right hand side. You can write here, Mr. R.K. Gupta. Date, 26th January 2026. Fine. So you are writing a note. In the note, everything goes in third person pronoun. You are not changing the, you are not writing either in first person or second person. Let us check where are these pronouns. Them, they, their, they, their, and in the reason also, third person is going to come. Fine. Now you see them, they, their. Okay. Now, when we talk of why we are doing it, because they thank for inviting them. This is for them. Okay. Here, this is considered as third person pronoun. That is why relative will also go in third person pronoun and so on and so forth. Fine. I hope this is clear to you. Now, let us move to the next one. Next one, as I told you, we are writing, this will not come. Now we are writing reply to formal unprinted invitation. As I told you, replies, two types, formal, informal. Okay. Formal again of two types, printed and unprinted. Printed is a reply to cards. So it is always going to be a note of thanks. Fine. And this is formal letter or official letter. Clear? This is what you have to keep in mind. Now, same format. I am not discussing the format again because when I think just 10 minutes back only, I did the format of this formal letter. Okay, self-address, date, address of the addressee in 3 to 4 lines, reply to or inability to. There are two options you can use. Either you can write reply to an invitation for the weddings to be the chief guest, or you can write inability to be the chief guest. Okay, dear sir, madam, accordingly you are going to write the salutation in body. Now I will discuss this language. Okay, as I told you earlier that whenever we have to give a reply, I'll write again. The more I'll write, the more you're going to remember. Thank, one thing. Best wishes, second thing. Either you accept or refuse. Fine. If you are refusing, apologize. And you will give a reason, right? So let us start with the body. I'll write the body here. Just the body part I'm writing. The chief person who has been invited as the chief guest is giving a reply to the principal that he is not able to attend the function, giving some reason. Okay, so let us see how he does. First of all, he has to give a thank. Okay, this is in response to your invitation to be the chief guest for the annual sports day of your school. Just an event, okay, imaginary event. Annual, or as per the question, sports day of your school. General reply. Okay, now he's going to thank. After this, I thank you for the honor. I thank you for the honor. So you have thanked. Fine. And convey my best wishes. For the event. Very simple. Don't beat around the bush at all. Convey your best wishes. Now, generally it is inability only that comes in the exam. So I'm writing that example only. I'm not writing anything else. Okay. Now, at the same time, comma, I apologize for my inability to accept the invitation due to apologize, and now you're going to give a reason. Here you have to keep in mind you're only going to give a formal reason. The reason should be formal. आपकी मम्मी बीमार हैं, आपके वाइफ का टांग टूट गई है, बच्चे को वॉमिटिंग्स हो रही हैं, बच्चा हॉस्पिटलाइज्ड है. No personal reasons, only official reason. Maybe the visit of the chief minister on the very same day, or maybe there is a kind of, you can say, a seminar going on in this in the university. Could be any reason. That should be official only. Okay, or maybe due to prior appointments. Okay, जो पहले से appointments हो चुकी हैं, इसलिए I cannot give that date. Fine. Now here, due to an official visit of the vice chancellor or the vice president, कुछ भी लिख देना accordingly. Official visit of the vice chancellor on the same day. That's it. No further courtesies at all. Just done with it. Fine. Now you see, when you are done with it, what we have done a general intro, opening lines. Okay. We have given an opening line, a general courtesy of the opening line you have made. After that, you have thanked Okay, you have conveyed the best wishes, you have apologized for your inability, and this is the reason that you have given. Is it clear? So we are done with this formal format of you can say formal unprinted reply, and obviously it is from one post to another post. It has to here, it's missed out. After this we are going to write the post. Fine, from one post to another post, so it has to be there. Now after this we have a reply when you write to your friends and all. We are not going to waste time on that. Another one is we have to write to our friends. When the invitation is given to the friend, same is the reply. You will say, I cannot come because there are some exams going on. Maybe I have my board exams on the same day. My best wishes are with you. And it's a friendly one. Now we are done with the invitations and the replies. Practice your questions. Wish you all the best. Take care. I hope this lecture is going to help you score some good marks in boards. My best wishes are with you. Thank you so much. Very soon in the next session, I'll be coming with some other topic, maybe a chapter I'll be doing with you. I'm more interested to start with Indigo very soon. Thank you so much.